In the quiet of the night,
ladies,
I hear a whisper
gentlemen,
in the wires.
welcome to the Guitar
Fragile tone
Angle.
pulls me gently through the fire.
Every chord remembers you.
Every chord remembers you.
Every note becomes your
Every
name.
note becomes
On
a name.
this stream,
I'm reaching through
we celebrate
the
athleticism.
frequencies, but nothing
Ooh,
sounds
baby,
the
baby, baby,
same.
baby, baby. Do you feel it?
Feel the air around me.
Do you feel the air around you tremble? The amp smoking on the stage, electric guitar on fire, crowd going wild. Do you feel it? Or are you like a bunch of kazoo players, bunch of acoustic players that their guitar sounds like a kazoo? You go through life not knowing why. Or do you feel it? Do you feel the athleticism of electric guitar? Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to buckle up. I need you to buckle up. Be ready for the most athletic guitar stream ever. And with that said, start the clock.
Of Sorenzo. Of Sorenzo. Plug in the power, feel the voltage rise. Neon lightning, sparks in my eyes. Fingers on the fretboard, volume high. I'm the glitch in the system you cannot find. Crowds buzzing like a circuit overload. One strum and the whole damn room explodes. Heads are buzzing from the head banging, mosh pit flows. But I'm just getting started. Watch me flow. Ooh baby, baby. Ooh baby, baby. Ooh baby, baby. Ooh baby, baby. Electric in my veins, supercharged, but I'm still unchained. Screw classical players, let them fade. 'Cause I set the stage on fire.
Ladies and gentlemen!
Through the chaos like a neon blade. Boss mode riffs
Oh
in
my
a
lord, I gotta tell you. Ay, ay, ay. We are live. Zuhair says, I thought you never starting live tonight. Me too. I'll be honest with you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Guitar Angle. I am your host with the most, absolute most, Mr. Sorenzo. Happy Saturday. Turn it up. Turn it up! Yeah! I mean, my lord, I gotta tell you, the amount of challenge we went through to make this stream happen today was insane. I didn't think we were gonna make it live, but we made it, ladies, gentlemen. I am fired up. I went through challenges to make this stream happen, and I'm ready to go. I'm like that team. I'm like that football team that is behind 3-0 and then came on top with a 5th goal on the 90th minute and won the match 5-3. I'm that right now. Stop the music. This is real talk. Stop the music. We were behind today 3-0 against the world. We came on top 5-3. We scored a 4th goal at the 90th minute. And then we scored a 5th goal at the 91st in the extra time. And we won. I'm ready to go. This is the situation today morning. Zuhair says challenges, huh? Were you lazy bum? Were you just a lazy bum? Did you just call me a lazy bum? You know what? How about you go on and I have to be nice. I'm fired up today. You guys better watch your attitude in the chat today because I'm ready to go. Today we're gonna be calling somebody a kazoo player on today's stream. So just letting you know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got an awesome stream for you today. I'm fired up, baby. I'm fired up. First, we're going to talk about Eastwood guitars. A weird model. Like, they do weird stuff. They outdid themselves this time. You guys, you've never seen a shape like this before. I promise you. First, we're going to talk about Eastwood guitars. Then, we are going to talk about my favorite neck pickup. getting a bit of a retouch, getting a bit of, you know what I mean? Getting something really exciting, a little bit of a touch on it, and we like it. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. Then we're going to talk about a model, an Ibanez model that one of our viewers, Lemon, shout out Lemon Lust, Lemon, introduced us yesterday in our Guitar Tech live stream, because this is the Guitar Talk live stream. Yesterday was the Guitar Tech live stream. So we're going to talk about that Ibanez, and then, ladies and gents, I'll bring up Gibson Exotic Smartwood Cancharana Kurupe. We're going to bring that up and talk about it. Ooh. That's what I'm saying. This stream is going to be athletic, ladies and gents. We are going to kill it today. Zuhair says what? Ha ha ha. Hey, excuse me. Where is your refretting currently at? Right there. It's currently sitting right back there. I believe that's what you asked. Oh, man. We're ready to go. Shall we get started, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go. Ooh, baby. Let's get the party started. Enough with that. Enough with the commotion. Turn it down. Let's play something a little bit more relaxing, and then we'll get the party started, shall we? All right, here we go. Now, to properly answer your questions, O'Hare, because I don't think that's what you asked. So to properly answer your question, this is where it at. So we finished everything on this guitar, essentially. So we went through, properly filing it, properly dressing it, and it's as smooth as butter right now. So all is done. This neck is done. There's one thing left to do here, just one thing, and that is, it looks really nice, right, with the golden thing. And here's the thing that people don't know about gold fret wire, is that you get the fret wire, right, gold fret wire, you work on it, you polish, you do all that work, filing, all that jazz, it actually loses some of its goldness. So it becomes looking a little bit more like nickel silver, right? But if you leave it there out for a day or two, I don't know whether it's oxidation, I don't know what it is, but it actually gets its mojo back. It actually literally gets its mojo back, and it becomes golden again. And it didn't take a day. Like, you guys see it under like white lights, my stream lights, so you might not see how golden it actually is. It's really golden. So yeah, the fret work is done. It's neat. No real damage to the neck. Nothing. Everything's great. Only thing left for us to do now is I've ordered some sandable strong wood glue. So a strong wood glue that you can actually sand it as well. Doesn't get chipped. It's sandable. I've ordered one of those, and that arrives tomorrow. So once it arrives, I'll have to fix the issue with the nut. There's a bit of a chipping on the nut. I'm not sure if you guys can see the place that holds the nut. And then once you fix that, we're good to go. We just put the nut back in. Zero fret is already there. So we'll get to actually, put the strings on the guitar and play it. And this is so on the next stream, I'll play this guitar when it's all put together. So we'll see, and I'll do a test live so you guys can see my live feedback, my live reaction. I'll do it live so you guys can see how well we've done the job. Because if the levels are unfretted, if the frets are unleveled, or if there's like one is up, one is down, or if there's other issues, we're gonna hear some buzz, some dead notes, some crazy sounds. So we're gonna be assessing then how good of a job we've done on the next stream. And now the fun thing is, I'm not sure how long you stayed on yesterday's stream, Zuhair, but today morning for you that'll be, right? So the last stream, we note down 5 points of improvement for our refretting. Myself and Lemon will talking about it in detail. So the first one was I cut the fret too close. One of the frets, I cut it too close to the fretboard, and it disfigured my fret a little bit, and I didn't like it. The second one was a couple of the fret slots, I didn't do a good job cleaning the edge. So that was one, and that impacts how well your fret goes inside. I had to use the rocker on every single fret insert. I didn't. And now you don't necessarily have to do it if you level the fret well, but I want to get it perfect. Most guitar techs don't even bother. They just want to do a quick job and go. But I had to use the rocker with every insert, and I didn't do that. I kind of went with my eyes, so lesson learned there. Yeah, those are the main three ones. There were a couple of more, but those are the main three ones. So there we go. That's the outcome, and it looks super good. Yeah. Yeah, isn't it crazy? We just did it live. Something that, you know, at home, right here. Zuer asked, not quite. I was asking at what stage is it at? I know. Zuer says, envious. You can solder, refret, probably replace pickups. Yeah, we've replaced pickups live. No need to tech for you anymore. There will still be some, need for tech. Ideally, the more you learn, the more self-reliant you are. But, like if I get a chance to do more workshops with master luthiers or master guitar techs, I will. But yeah, this allows you to play around a little. You can learn it, dude. If you guys are interested in these things, you can definitely learn it. I highly recommend you just go online, find a course, whether it's pickups, changing pickups, whether it's refretting, whether it's soldering, whatever it may be. Just do that course online. Go through that, properly learn it. Not just because, a lot of times when you go to an online course, you get tempted to just go through the lessons as quickly as possible, and then, hey, I'm done. Not like that. Properly learn it. Dig into it, right? And then once you do that, buy an El Cheapo destroyed secondhand guitar that nobody wants to buy. You will find this on Facebook Marketplace and places like that, easily. It's like a guitar that doesn't have one string, lost the fret, misses a pickup. Those are the guitars that nobody wants to buy, right? Nobody wants to buy. And if somebody selling it for say $80, you can renegotiate it to $50, right? You can negotiate it down to $50. Buy an El Cheapo guitar. It has a body, it has a neck, it has a damaged pickup, and that can be your starting point. And it's so easy to do. It's just a matter of you wanting it hard enough to do it. Yeah. And I'm man, I work 70 hours a week, easily 70 hours a week. So if you love it, you'll find the time. But yeah, what does cutting too close to the fretboard mean? So when you install the frets on the guitar, there's going to be some tips of it popping out, on that side, right? Because you're never going to be perfectly cutting. So imagine, all right, this is a fret wire, right? Imagine I cut this fret wire and I install it. Now, when I do that, there's going to be a chunk of it popping out here. Can you see that? Maybe I can give you a better camera. Hold on. See that? So part of it pops out. So what you want to do is to get a fret cutter and nip this bit, right? Now, if you angle your fret cutter, you go over this bit, and you shouldn't do that, right? So what you want to do, you want to leave a micrometer out, just a tiny little bit out, and then you can file it, right? If you recall, I brought this wooden handle file that I started to file standing up. That's what I should have done. And I don't remember why I made that mistake. Because it's important to know. Sometimes I made the mistake because I was tired, or I made the mistake because I was impatient, or I made the mistake because, this is what I wanted to do. I don't know why I made that mistake. So, yeah. That's ideally, I wish I did. I wish I remembered. Yeah. Zuer says, yeah, I think I can learn online if I take good notes for reference later, plus the doing. Yeah, dude, do it online, and if you got any question, come and ask me. I'm live every week, and you got me on Instagram, too. I'd love to answer that for you. Like, if I know the answer, I'd love to answer it. And if I don't know the answer, you and I can both learn together. I can ask the master tech that I did the workshops with. I got access to him. I can ask him, and he'll be able to help us out. So yeah, do that course. Find something, do it, get your hands on it. And man, you never know. Can I tell you guys something? I was jokingly telling Mrs. Peachy the other day. Mrs. Peachy, if AI takes my job, at least I know a way to feed us still and pay the bills. And she started to laugh. You know what I mean? It's always good to have a skill. You never know where life takes you. Like, you never know where life takes you. You know, refrets cost $400 or $500, depending on different states, different, but like around $400 or $500, right? Easily. Well, if you're a really good refretter and you do 3 refrets a day, 2 refrets a day, you know, you're okay. You can make a life, and that's the job that AI is not going to take away from you. So yeah, if my 2 other engagements get screwed over because of AI, I got this going for me. Azura says, oh, I would think you're supposed to angle so you can angle at the top just like you did. No. That angling at the top is with the filing. You have to file it to angle it at the top. Otherwise, it's going to be sharp, and you have no control over it, right? That bit of the neck and fret is really important to get right. So for that angles that you see, like with rounded fretboard, right? Hold on, rounded frets rather. Let me find an image. Rounded frets. Okay. No. That's a video. I want an image. Hold on. Let me share my screen with you guys. Like a handmade rounded fret is what I want. Okay, this would do. So you guys see this little bit here? This little bit here that is like angled up. That is not because of the cutting. That's because of the filing. And you don't want to cut that way there. Like you don't want something like this to happen. Don't cut too close. Don't get sharp bits out. Don't damage your fretboard. Some nice image of a handmade. This is not handmade. This is machine made. There we go. Yeah, so you guys see these little bits popping out? These things, these bits angled? I think you know what I'm talking about. Like there. Angled up. That's for filing. From filing, not from cutting. Yep. So that. Alrighty. Shall we get the party started? Well, by the way, look at what is that? What kind of a headstock is that? Holy moly. I just saw it randomly. Ooh. Zuhair said, but you can do it with a machine too, just like you said. Yeah. So there are like some mass production companies that just produce it for you. There are free, why did I say free? There are pre-prepared, like pre-cut, pre-prepped fret wires that you can buy, and they're already cut. You can buy that too. It's a bit more expensive, but yeah, you can buy those too if you want, for sure. Alrighty. Shall we get the party started? I can't wait to show you guys a couple of guitars today. Check this out. I gotta show you this. Ready. By the way, guys, how's the sound? Is the sound good? Is the backing music, backing track too loud? Let me know. All right. So, here we are. Eastwood Las Guitarras. So, those who don't know, Eastwood guitars are a Canadian guitar brand made in Canada. La Canada. And I was about to make a joke and I just changed my mind. Let's not do it. I like Canadians. But Eastwood Mad Cat MB63 electric guitar. Have you seen a shape like this before in your life? I rest my case. So they essentially this made where? Afghanistan? La Canada. Canada. Yeah. But yeah, this is like this is the weirdest guitar I've ever seen. Like, this is a Telecaster with a cut at the top. So get a Telecaster and then shave this little bit away and then make it pointy. And it is, what a weird shape this guitar is. I don't know, like, what just happened? When I saw it, like, I kid you not, when I saw it later, earlier this week, I was just like roaming around online, and then I was like, what is this thing? And then why? This bit looks too sharp. Like, it can cut you. Yeah. So the part that, yeah, Zuhair said it right. Zuhair is like, the part that's not supposed to be pointy is pointy. But yeah, this is it. You have the Eastwood Mad Cat. It is mad. MB63 electric guitar. It's one of their newer releases. They released it not long ago. So a single cut Telecaster, double cut Telecaster. So yeah. And I don't know why they had to do that. But yeah, so Eastwood Mad Cat MB63 tips his hat to one of the great troublemakers in guitar history. Yeah, that can make you trouble. Cut your wrist. A modified Telecaster instrument by Michael Bloomfield, later nicknamed the guitar that killed folk. So yeah, essentially what they've done is that this is what Eastwood does, right? So Eastwood's, their whole niche is them reviving forgotten 50s and 60s guitars, essentially. That's what they do, right? So that's what it is. Now, let's talk about the specs. Swamp Ash body, so we like that. Nice and light. Maple neck, not a surprise. Rosewood fretboard. White dots inlays, so they're a little yellowed out, and I like that. That's actually a good choice because, you know, the guitar is kind of relict, lightly relict, so it only makes sense to have that there. That's a perfect choice there. 25.5-inch scale, nut width 1.687 standard. Neck width at the 12th fret is 2.1 inches. Medium C neck carve. So we're going for a Fender Modern C essentially, I think. I could be wrong, but I think it's that. 12-inch fretboard radius, like that. 20 jumbo frets. Pickups are the T-neck at 7.75K. And then Eastwood T-bridge at also 7.75K. Okay. So what's the difference between the pickups then? No, I think they're the same pickups then on the neck and the bridge. Doroteo says, hi, Metal Maniacs. Hey, brother, how are you? Happy Saturday evening. How's things? T-style chrome bridge, we talked about that. Now, here's the thing. Check this out. Not material, it just says synthetic. And I was like wondering, like, what is synthetic? Tusk? Is it Graphtec Tusk? Or is it plastic? What are we doing there? And here's the thing, right? Since Gibson still does plastic, not material, because they did it the old-fashioned way, like in the 50s, they used plastic, 60s, they used plastic. So just to be true and honest to their heritage, in a lot of their recently built guitars, they still like use plastic in the nut, like Dave Grohl's signature, a whole bunch of Les Pauls. They still use plastic. So now you can't fault anybody for using plastic there. You know what I mean? I'm like, really? Graphtec, Tusk, Bone Nut, those are out there and we still using plastic? So yeah. Azura says, gotta go, might drop by later. Sure, dude, good to see you. Take care of yourself. Audio Murphy, what's happening? Audio Murphy says, you misspelled Eastman. Not Eastman, Eastwood. Eastman is a Chinese brand. Eastwood is from La Canada. Okay, so Eastwood guitars are made in Canada. Their spiel is to bring 50s, 60s forgotten guitars back to life. That's Eastwood. Eastman is made in China, is a Chinese-made workshop. is a Chinese workshop. They started in a city called Quangnao or something like that, but I think now they're in Beijing. I could be wrong. You guys can fact check me on this. Eastman, Asia, Eastman, a man from the East. That's how I remember it, maybe. Eastman is a Chinese company. By the way, high quality stuff. So as far as like good quality Chinese made guitars go, they're like the gold standard. So Eastman's carved tops, like jazz purposed guitars, they're like really good guitars. So like if you want to buy a good, really good Chinese guitar, Eastman is a very good option for you. Now thing is, with Eastman guitars, they still run that workshop like a 19th century workshop, like a really old school workshop. So it's not like the Chinese mass production build that you have in mind. They actually make their guitars the old school way, at least the higher tiers, right? By hand. And so their carved tops are actually pretty good quality, like jazz players like them. But that's Eastman. This is Eastwood. So, yeah. Okay, that was the segue. Now, yeah. So what I was saying is that like everybody now can use plastic, like cheap plastic at the nut, and say, "Oh, look, Gibson's doing it." So I'm not a fan of that so much, to be honest with you. You know what kind of nut I like? Unbleached bone nut. Unbleached bone nut. It's a little brown, you know, that might not look as crazy good unless your guitar is vintage. But it's a very hard material, and it's self-lubricating because of the bioorganic material that is in the bone itself. Unbleached bone nuts self-lubricate. So you don't have to lubricate them as often. So when it comes to tuning your guitar, you're tuning stability. My lord, it's a massive help. So you have a hard material, self-lubricating, win. Win, win, win. So that's what I like. Or if I'm going for like a more modern kind of a look, Graphtec Tusk would be the way to go. Anyways. So, body finish is a gloss distressed with clear coat. That's distressed basically. We're lightly relicking the guitar essentially. Headstock finish is gloss. Neck finish is gloss. Ugh, God. Okay. Why? Hey guys, let's have a shiny neck at the back of the guitar that nobody's gonna see and make it sticky. But yeah, okay, fine. Why would anybody make the neck finish gloss is beyond me. Not the fretboard. I'm talking about the neck. Like, why would anybody do that? So yeah, anyways. So here we are, man. $1,400. Let's hear it, shall we? So let me tone the music down a little. And then what we're going to do is to have a listen to this lovely guitar.
They cut a chunk.
There we go.
They cut a chunk out of this, and there's a reason. So this guitar pays tribute to an iconic instrument that two different players used to launch both folk rock and country rock, and so much more. So Michael Bloomfield was playing his white 63 Telecaster starting in 1964, as it was there for a handful of key moments, including the Paul Butterfield Blues Band debut LP, Highway 61 Revisited, as well as Dylan going electric at Newport. In late 65, Bloomfield traded the Tele for a 54 Gold Top, resulting in the guitar now being in the hands of John Noose, who then used it with his group, the International Submarine Band, on their sole groundbreaking record, Safe at Home. However, Noose was left-handed, and at some point, he made a secondary cutaway for better upper fret access. So only Eastwood is wild enough to merge their Mad Cat line with this guitar's unique specs to make a recreation of this crazy historical instrument. It's also Eastwood's first relic guitar, as it recreates some of the wear patterns of the original. Sprayed on top of the relicing, it's kind of like clear coating a rusted old hot rod. In a world of instruments inspired by the greats, this is guaranteed to be one you don't already have. With my immense love of Bloomfield's works, and sometimes people saying that I look like a young Michael Bloomfield, I'm excited to hear this.
What a great promo. Hats off. What a great promo. Great promo. I'm not joking. Great promo. On the money. Talk about the history, the story of the guitar first. Didn't even talk about any specs. Just talk about the history. Talked about, gave you the context of that guitar. It was high energy, it was high octane, and then slaps you with a fit genre, with like a matching genre, like a proper genre of music, and a demo. That was one of the best promos I've seen in a while. Hats off. I'm impressed. You know what, man? I made a bit of fun out of this guitar and Eastwood at the beginning. I take it back. I'm taking it back. I'll be honest. I respect this so much. Michael Weber is the guy. So see it here with Michael Weber. Firm handshakes. Michael Weber. We like that. High octane, high energy, simple. Starts with the story, not the specs. Like, look, hey guys, look, this is made out of this whatever wood. Like you've never seen it before. Like a maple that nobody else has. No, none of that. Story. Now let's hear it. Amazing, amazing, amazing promo video. Amazing. Respect. Yeah, that was great. That was really, really good. So yeah, there we go. There we go, ladies and gents. The guy didn't want to buy a lefty Telecaster. He just cut that guitar. And I'm worried about a single scratch on my guitar. And I'm like OCD about scratches on my guitar. The guy just like, you know what, give me the guitar. Let me just cut half of it. Audio Murphy says, if I see one I like at my local Tone and McCate, I'll buy it. Local Lone and McCate. Okay. I'll buy it. Yeah. Sounds good. This is great. Yeah, no, I'm impressed with what they did. Here's what they should have done differently. Here's what only thing they should have done differently. Before you even get to the specs, put that video here and see it there. Like, put it there. You come in, you see the price, you see the info, you come down, see it, hear it, and then you click on it, and then that guy comes in, and then we can talk about the specs. They should have done it that way, I think. Because this guy did a phenomenal job. All righto. So there we go, folks. I thought you guys will find this interesting because this guitar shape is not something you see often. And I've never seen anything like this before. So hats off to Eastwood. We like it. We like that very much. All right. So, guys, if there's no questions or gossips or concerns, shall we talk about something that is close to my heart for a second? I wanted to show you guys the guitar that we talked about on one of the streams earlier that I did a review of, and I told you guys that I'm gonna buy it probably, and I did buy it. It arrived less than a week ago, and I wanted to show it to you guys. So if you guys remember, we talked about a Gibson, and in that Gibson, you know, I was telling you guys that if that Gibson doesn't work for me, no Gibson will ever work for me. Gibson Les Paul. If that Les Paul doesn't work for me, no other Les Paul will ever work for me. I talked about it. I think that episode that we did was 3 weeks ago. That stream was 3 weeks ago. I bought that guitar. It arrived last week. And I wanted to show it to you guys and do a little bit of demo for you guys so you guys can see it and hear it. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's do it. Pause the music. Long and McCate. There we go. That's better. Long and McCate. Long and McCate, Canada. So for those who don't know, Long and McCate is Canada's biggest music store It's like Canada's music center, essentially. Now we know. Okay, so if you guys are ready, let me bring that baby. What do you think? What do you think, YouTube? Check this out. So this, ladies and gents, for those who don't know, is a Gibson Les Paul exotic Smartwood. So on the truss rod, it says Smartwood. So for those who don't know, in 1998, Gibson did an initiative. It's sort of like a sustainable wood initiative with this group called the Rainforest Alliance. And so the idea behind that was to make sure, Les Paul without a pickguard, right? It's so good. It's like one of the wins on this guitar for sure. And you don't have to unscrew it and then see that screw hole there the whole time, right? But in 1998, Gibson did this initiative with Rainforest Alliance. And the idea was, all right, well, can we use exotic, not often used, not often found, high value wood? Can we use exotic woods in a more sustainable way without, endangering them like what the guitar industry or other industries did to Cuban mahogany? Cuban mahogany was the original mahogany. It was chopped so hard, used so hard in different industries that it became an endangered species, and then they had to put, cutting, import, and export restrictions on it. So the idea was, well, all right, can we do this in a sustainable way? So let's produce exotic woods on guitars. So, but without really putting those species in danger. And this Smartwood, the Gibson Smartwood, is what the project that came out of it. So then, basically, what Gibson did, they selected 6 different tone woods, exotic woods, not often used, not often found woods, on their guitars that were sustainably sourced. And then that was the whole project essentially there. And there were essentially 6 different tone woods that were used in that, right? So if you guys have a look here, this is the one with Kurupe. My guitar's fretboard is made with Kurupe, but my guitar is the one that is made with Cancharana. So Kurupe is a Brazilian tone wood, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Right, so that the bottom one is the Kurupe, and then you got the Cancharana, which is mine. Mine is the Cancharana one, but the fretboard is made with Kurupe. And then you got a whole bunch of others. There were 6 of them that were there, essentially, that you could use. And so now, that was the outcome of that project. Now, there were 3 batches of these Smartwood guitars were done. Only one that went from 1998 to 2002, only that batch, that era, was the one that actually used exotic wood. The other ones were like responsibly sourcing mahogany and maple. So the other ones were the similar sort of woods that are used in your normal production Gibsons, normal production Les Pauls. The remaining 2 batches in later years were only in those, dealt with those pieces of wood only. Only to 98 to 2002, they did the exotic stuff, right? And this guitar is made in 2000. Is from that batch, and I am a proud owner of it now. So there you have it. That's the idea. Now, I'll play you guys the guitar for you to hear it a little in a second. But the build of this guitar is as follows. So essentially, you have a Cancharana top with a mahogany back. You have a Kurupe fretboard with a maple, my apologies, with a mahogany neck, if I'm not mistaken. So the specs of this is not that different with your Les Paul like 59 in a lot of ways. Like imagine you have a studio or something that sort of tips its hat to the Les Pauls on 59, like a Gibson Studio. This is that kind of a build. So what do you have? You have a mahogany back. You have a mahogany neck. The neck profile is 59, rounded, so slim tapered. It's thin profile. I stand corrected. It's a thin profile neck. Coupe fingerboard material, 22 frets, 2475 is the scale length, like any other Gibson. And the pickups are the 490R and the 498T humbuckers, right? That's the guitar. And my favorite part, and this is the reason why I told you guys, if this Les Paul doesn't work for me, no Les Paul will ever work for me. The reason I said that is because see how thin this guitar is? I've never seen or touched a thinner Gibson Les Paul than this. If you guys have seen any, you let me know. I have never seen anything this thin. And so I like thinner guitars because I'm a Super Strat guy. Like my main guitar is a Washburn N4 right now, right? Super Strat as it gets. And so I like the extra bevels and the curves on top. I like the thinness so I can just hold it easily and play it easily. I'm a fan of that. And so that's why I said, look, if this doesn't work, nothing else will work for me. And thank God it worked for me. Now, there are a couple of things we still need to do with this. So when I bought this guitar, I'll tell you guys a funny story. When I bought this guitar, so I contacted the store. I showed you guys. On the stream, right? So I contact the store, and I'm like, "Hey guys, look, I'm interested in this, but this is a 25-year-old rather. We're 2026, 26-year-old Les Paul, and I know of potential issues that can come with that. You know what I mean? Gibson's quality control hasn't been always that glorious, I guess, right? So could you please confirm if there's any issues with this guitar, because you don't have any like a spec sheet on your website, you don't have any inspection sheet on your website. When you on your website say, oh, we've checked it and it looks good and it's healthy, it's in a good condition, it doesn't tell me anything. So could you confirm if there's any electronic issues, if there's any fret issues such as flat frets, fret sprouts, is the neck healthy, so on and so forth. And the guy emails me back saying, look, no, we've checked all of those. It's in the perfect condition. The neck is great. You don't have to worry about it. It's all good. So I'm like, all right, great. If that's the case, I'm going to buy it. And I did. And it arrived. And guess what? The frets are a horror show. The frets, I don't know if this was a factory thing or if somebody over the past 26 years has done something on the frets. The frets look like they've been leveled, but they've never been crowned. Right. I was so so disappointed because the thing is, if you can't do your own fret work, you're like, all right, fine, I just gotta have to refret it. And that's okay. You know what? I don't mind because all the hardware here is gold. I don't mind. I would love to put gold fret wire on this guitar because right now it looks like it's nickel silver, right? I would love to put the gold fret wire on it. So that's my next project. This will be the next refret for sure, right? However, it's still a problem, right? Like if I didn't know how to do it, then I had to spend another $500 to have it refretted, and that's a problem. So anyways, the guitar arrives, I play it, and I realize, oh my Lord, the frets are completely flat. And the problem with that, so for those who don't know, I'll do a little drawing for you guys to see what I mean. If you don't know what I mean here, flat frets are a problem for two reasons. Number one, old school guitars like Les Pauls and many other old school guitars, they don't have jumbo or extra jumbo frets, right? The frets are already really tiny. So have a look. This is here we go. Perfect. I'm just going to go a little deeper so you guys can see the drawing better. Is this any good? Yeah, perfect. You can't see it now. So this is a fret, right? Yeah, there we go. This is a fret. It kind of looks like this, correct? When you level the top of the fret, so you install your frets and then you use sandpaper or a sanding block. I used the radius block on yesterday's stream, you guys remember, right? when I was doing the refret on the other neck yesterday. You guys probably saw that tool. But essentially, when you go on and you want to level the frets, this is what you do. You level everything. And so what that does, it removes something from the top of the fret. So now your fret looks like this instead of looking like that, right? So then that's the next step. That's when you then start crowning. That's basically the idea of crowning. So what you do for crowning is that you would get the fret and you reshape it to be like that, right? Now, when you refret the guitar and you level and you crown, the pointy bit, not pointy, but like round pointier bit at the top, the peak, right, is very important. And it's important that it's in the middle of your nut slot. You know why? Because of intonation, right? If your pointy bit, the peak, is right in the middle, when you press, this is the string, right? So I'm going to draw a string. This is a string. When you press the string down, it's going to come into contact with that peak at that location, at that string length, right? So if the peak is right in the middle, it's going to connect to the string correctly. So the string is divided into the correct lengths. So you get the correct note. You get good intonation on different frets. However, if it comes to a situation where this is not there, so I'm going to go on and remove that, right? And instead of having that, you just have this. And now this is your string. Here you go. And then you press down on the string. The point of contact is no longer here. It's there. See that? Because the fret is flat. And now your guitar doesn't intonate. See the problem here? That's the problem with flat frets. So when somebody levels the frets out, there's going to be some flatness in it. If you've done a super good job in leveling and radiusing your neck, and you've done a super good job in installing your frets, you'll need to do minimal leveling, right? So the amount that you need to cut from your fret is very minute. The fret is not going to be like there. It's probably going to be somewhere more like this. Right, it's like a little flat at the top. You still need to crown it, but you don't need to cut as much on the fret if you've done a really good job. But if you've done a bad job installing it, then you have to level things a lot for everything to be level. So you're cutting a lot, and so you get a big flat surface. Now your guitar doesn't intonate if you crown your frets properly. Does that make sense? So that's the first problem, problem number one. Problem number two is that traditional guitars like Gibson have smaller frets. So if you cut this much off of the top, two problems come with it. Number one, now you have to press every string extra hard, not extra hard, like extra deep to get a note out of it because the frets are really low now. So that's the first problem. And number two, your frets now have a really low shelf life, right? Because that fret that started with like being this tall is now only this tall, and it's going to get worn out. So your fret is now like you're just, screwing your frets over, like you're taking the life away, because now that's your starting point. Does that make sense? So that's the other problem with it. So overall, this is the problem with the frets of this guitar that I told you guys about. This is the gist of that. The guitar won't be able to intonate properly, has a really low shelf life of the frets. And you have to press it extra hard, not extra hard, extra deep to get a note out of it. So for playing slow, it might work, but for faster riff, this guitar is a pain to play right now. That's the problem with the flat frets that I told you guys about. So hopefully that logic made sense to you guys. If you have any questions about it, ask me and I'm more than happy to answer. But essentially what has happened here is that someone has leveled this but never crowned it. And I have no idea what happened there. I won't be surprised if these frets are factory frets, because I know for a fact that a lot of Gibson Les Pauls in the 90s weren't even leveled when they left the factory. So, That's the idea. That's the problem with the guitar. So now, here's the funny thing for you guys, and here's this nugget of information for you that I just learned, and it makes perfect sense. I'm like, oh man, I can't believe I just learned it now after buying and selling dozens of guitars. Like, I guess this is the problem when you're honest, and you're honest and straightforward with people. You don't always deal with little tips and like little tricks that people use to sell things, like dishonest tricks. You know what I mean? You don't think about those often. That's, I guess, the problem with being an honest person and doing your best to be honest with your buyers or your sellers, right? Here's what happened. So the guy in the email says, look, frets are perfect, nothing to worry about, you're good, everything is okay, right? The guitar arrives with a really high action. And essentially what that store says, like, look, we're going to take a day, we're going to set up your guitar for you, we're going to, tone it, intonate it, everything. Set it up perfectly, and then we'll send it your way. And I'm like, okay, fine. So the guitar is going to be set up and sent my way. The guitar arrives with a massive action. Like, the action is high. I was like, holy moly, was the guy who set it up was blind or something? Like, what's going on here? And when I reduced the action was when I realized that, oh, okay, the frets have that kind of an issue, and the 11th fret of my 6th string also buzzes. So the frets are not level either properly. So so I'm like, yeah, that explains why they sent it with such a high action. Because if the action is really high, the fret buzzes don't show. You can just play, but the bridge is really high, so nothing really buzzes. If you play one fret, if you press one fret, and the one after is higher than that, with a higher action, it doesn't show. You don't hear it. It's only with medium to lower actions that it actually shows. And so I learned a trick of the trade. That, guys, next time if you buy a guitar, make sure you buy it at the action that you like, not at the action that they give it to you. Because lower the action a little, man. Because if you don't, you might get screwed over. But nevertheless, to be honest with you, I'm a little exaggerating it. All the problems that I told you about accurately without exaggeration just now. So everything I said, there was no exaggeration there. But is it a big problem for me? No, because I can refret my guitar, and that's what I'm going to be doing on this guitar. It's going to take a day of my life, but that's okay. I can do it. Other than that, I love this guitar. I love the look of the guitar. You guys know I'm a massive fan of Mother Nature. So that top wood and the fretboard, the Coupe fretboard look awesome, honestly. This is one of my favorite looks. Like, I don't know if I know that many. Look at the fretboard patterns. I don't know if I ever liked a Les Paul this much. But I love this Les Paul. This looks just beautiful. But yeah, that was the story. And hopefully you guys learned a couple of things just now with this story. Yeah. All right. Audio Murphy says they should have just made them out of paneling back in that time. Ugly. Well, that's fine, man. You don't like the guitar, it's not for you. Good news for you is that you don't have to buy this guitar. This guitar is mine. So I appreciate the words for it, man. I really do. I'm fired up today. I was about to crack a couple of jokes about some guitars sounding like a kazoo, but I'm not. I'm not going to do that. Sean, hey, Sean, how are you? Says, I agree. There's something really satisfying about refretting. It is. Yeah. We did 2 streams, early Saturday morning and Friday night, refretting a guitar. You were there. I think you were there on the first stream. So good to see you, man. Happy Saturday. Happy Sunday. Dorothy says slash axe. Yeah. Hell yeah. You guys saw the Jessica? If you haven't checked it out, check it out. There's a slash Les Paul called Jessica, and it's as pricey as the Greenie. I'm like, whoa. Sean says, Zuhair, saw you asking about learning how to refret yesterday. I learned by just watching a lot of YouTube videos. Bought what I needed, cut and carved frets, cutters, and crowning file. And then from AliExpress, and it went surprisingly well. So good of you to say that, Sean. Sean, So good of you to say that. My lord. That's exactly what I said AliExpress on the stream. My fret hammer from Australian Luthier, it's called Australian Luthier Workshop or something like that. It's an Australian Luthier store. That fret hammer, they sell it for 30 Australian dollars. I bought it for 4 Aussie dollars on AliExpress. That's 3 American dollars, for those who are wondering. And then you think about the files you need to buy, like a file or two. You don't need to buy that many files. A couple of files, a couple of other things here and there, a fret rocker and all that. Do not buy it from a physical store if you're short on money. If you got money to spend, then, you know, you do what you do, I guess, right? Still good to save money, but if you want to make sure you're not spending more than you should, AliExpress is a good place to go. I would say just don't buy 2 things from AliExpress and buy like from a proper, like a well-known brand. A straight edge. I wouldn't buy a straight edge from AliExpress because with a straight edge, you really need the measurements to be right. You really need something to be straight, right? And maybe what do you call it? A string height gouge. Like, I wouldn't buy those 2 from AliExpress. Other than that, everything else I personally bought from AliExpress works perfectly. Zuhair, Sean is right. Sean is firm handshakes to Sean. We like that. But yeah, so there we go. Zuhair says, such an amazing natural. Yeah, by the way, the finish, guys, is a UV cured satin finish. So they really, really, really tried to bring the natural beauty of the guitar out. So yeah, there we go. Audio Murphy says, my next guitar will have a paneling veneer. Sounds good. We like that. Do it. If that really what like floats your boat, do it, man. Get it. Get it, get it. So, nevertheless, this is the guitar. Shall we hear it a little? And I cannot play any riffs on this because the frets kill me. I've been trying my best. I'm like, maybe it's just a different guitar that I'm not used to, yada yada. Nope. The frets are annoyingly annoying. So let me do this. I'll bring a cable. Let me turn on the stuff on and let's play a little. All right, here we go. Plug it in. So, for those who are wondering, I am connected currently. This guitar is currently connected to a Wampler Tumnus Deluxe distortion pedal, which I don't use for distortion at all, so the gain on it is almost 0. I use it just to tighten the low end, which because I play mostly metal. And then through that, it goes to a Line 6 Helix multi-effect unit. And currently, it is at the 5150, the EVH 5150 amp and cap modular. So it's pretty metal. All right. Check this out. That's the bridge. Okay. Now, this is the middle. This is the neck. Right? So that was like in 5150 that I usually play. So now let us play something that sounds a little bit more clean. So this one, just for you guys, for your reference. So I'm not using my custom presets because custom presets no one will be able to replicate unless I provide all the specs. But if I provide the factory presets that is in the unit, then it can be replicated. That's why I'm not using my own. This one is the John Mayer's preset. So the Line 6 Helix has a preset called Mayer-ish, and that basically tries to replicate John Mayer's sound. Right? Where's my foam roller? There we go. So this is the John Mayer sound. That's the neck pickup. There we go. Oh God, this sounds so good. So creamy. Can you hear it well? I think this is good. Isn't it nice? It sounds so good. So that's the neck. This is the middle. The frets are a horror show. This guitar, the guitar sounds so good. The guitar sounds so good. The pickup and the tone wood together sound awesome. The frets are killing this guitar. Man, can I tell you guys something? For the love of God, if you ever work on a guitar as a luthier, if you sell a guitar, I've sold dozens of guitar. Be honest with the frickin' buyer. I've done it. I've felt the temptation in my heart that when something is not as good as it looked like, I felt the temptation not to tell anybody about it and charge more for it. I know it's tempting. Don't give in. Jesus Christ, right? I can tell you stories about minor cracks that I've gone and shown to the guy, and he wanted to get $100 off from it just by being a complete asshole. And I've already mentioned that it has like scratches on the guitar when I advertise it. But at least I'm honest. At least I can sleep at night. For the love of God, don't do what that. I'm not gonna name the store. Don't do that to people. Yeah. Anyways. That is the middle, and then this is the bridge. Now, look at me trying to play something a little faster. I have to push my fingers down on this so hard. I can't. Yeah. And then so that is the sound of this guitar. Now check this out. If I press the 11th fret of the 6th string, hear the buzz. 12th fret. Maybe I should go through the neck. There we go. Hear the buzz. That's the problem. That is the freaking problem with this guitar. It buzzes on that 11th fret of the E string. Yeah. Sean says, also a quick update. My wife let me buy two. Oh, my! I like it. A new guitar, 64-2, both covered in dirt and not working, but I needed a project. Firm handshakes. Such a good idea. Sean, such a good idea. Like whenever, someone's like, oh, okay, don't buy a new guitar. When your lady says that, you just go buy something really cheap and make it a project. And you have a guitar and a project. Well, brother, that's a win-win if I've ever seen one. That's what I call a win-win. I like it. A 95 Samick and Jordan managed to get the Samick cleaned, repaired, and looking hot. The Jordan's still work in progress. And then Sean says, I think I'll sell the Samick for $200-300 because for the 30-year-old guitar, it's almost as new. I might get $80 for the Jordan because it's not a great guitar. Oof. Ooh, we like that. We like that. Sean, firm handshakes. Firm handshakes to Sean. We like that. We like that a lot. That's a great idea. I think everybody should do this. If you want to buy a new guitar and either you can't for whatever reason, the money's not there, the support is not there, whatever that may be, whatever the reason it may be, find a destroyed guitar, 60 for 2 guitars, that's $30 each. Now you got 2 guitars and 2 projects. Brother, that's a great idea. Hats off. Zuhair says, woo, Sorenzo can play. I can't play on streams. You guys know I hate playing on streams live. Because, number one, if I play with a backing track, there is always a good chance of latency between what is being played and what I play. So there is a mismatch of 100 milliseconds, 50 milliseconds, and that's going to sound like I'm consistently playing off time. And then secondly, my warm-up takes at least 45 minutes to 1 hour. Like, I play scales and chromatics for 45 minutes to an hour before even I play, I practice the thing I'm practicing on. So that's why I really am not a fan of playing on the stream. Not a fan at all. Unless, because here's the thing. The warm-up, you can spend an hour to warm up, but the latency is the issue. Because the latency is something that you might have to reset the computer, you might have to reset your sound interface, and then tune it again in, play a metronome sound in the background, and then click with it, and then see what the latency is and fix that. And that's just something that you never know when it's going to happen. But every time I'm recording music, every time I'm creating content, I have to fine-tune that. And it's a pain. So I'm not a big fan of playing live, but you guys heard it. Yeah. Audio says Buzz Lightyear. Yeah. I just need to. Sean says there are some pictures posted on that link. Sean, can't post links on YouTube. You got to send it to me on Instagram. You got to send that thing to me on Instagram, and I'll check it out. Zuhair says, also, the tone you got sounds amazing. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah, it's like that's the guitar. So I've got myself a project. I gotta now refret this baby and then take it from there. Zuhair says, good night, Sorenzo. Good night, brother. Good seeing ya. Have a good sleep. You got a Sunday ahead of you to kick some rare end, and we like it. There we go. So that was the news. 3 weeks ago, I told you guys on stream that I might buy it. And I did. And this was the story. So what did we learn from it? Number one, because the thing was, this guitar came from a completely different city, and I couldn't, because you guys know, on stream, I always say, buy the guitar in person. Don't buy online. This one, I had no choice but to buy it online because it's an exotic thing, limited edition badge from 98 to 2002, and it was in a completely different city. I had to get on an airplane to get there, and that didn't make sense to do that. So that's why I bought it online. But the lessons learned was, look, I did well, and I think everybody should do. I reached out to the store and tried to talk. I said, hey, man, I'm not going to shy away and just pay on the website because the website says it. Is it accurate? Now, were they still honest and transparent 100%? Probably not. Either that or they didn't even know their own guitar. But the fact that the guitar arrived with a ginormous, like, abnormally high action tells me that, and the website says that, oh, we've set up the guitar for you, like, you're good, like, we're going to set up and tune and send it your way. It makes me feel like that was done maybe on purpose. Maybe, again, they're just so bad at what they do. But regardless, lesson learned, right? So now hopefully you guys know what to look for, what to look out for. Hopefully you guys know why flat frets and short frets are not good ideas. I think hopefully that helped. So, shall I put this guitar back? And let's jump to the next item on the docket, because, brother, my favorite pickup is getting a bit of a retouch. Let's talk about it. Let me play that music for you guys. And then let's get to that. I'll put this guitar back. Before I do that, give me back the thing. I gotta do this one more time. Listen to this tone before I put this back. There is a tone. Hold on, let me go to this preset. So this one is the big venue drive preset on line 6. hear it out. So I'm just going to play Crazy Train, for example. Jesus Christ. Right? It sounds so delicious. The sustain, though. All right, let me put it back. It sounds so creamy, though. I like it. All right, I'll play quick music for you guys here while I put this guitar back.
Drifting like a paper boat. No anchor, no heavy cold. Clouds above whisper notes. Breathing slow, let it go. Watch the river take the flow. Cloudy minds, they drift below. Breathing slow, let it go. Watch the river take the flow. Cloudy minds, they
Thank you for
drift
patience.
below.
All right, shall we
Night falls
continue the party? Where were we? Let's get it started now.
stars
Hey, maybe we should do this quick thing before we go, or no? Never mind. Let's go,
under the sky.
guys. Let's go to the next item on the docket, shall we?
To where they send
Who knows Seymour Duncan 59? Seymour Duncan 59s are Seymour Duncan's attempt at Gibson's PAF pickup, the patent applied pickup. And for those who don't know, we had, Gibson had the P90s, obviously an iconic pickup. And the humbucker version of that, the sort of evolution of that became the PAF pickup. And it has a very rich, creamy sound, famous tone. Everybody knows the PAF, right? So the thing is that Seymour Duncan did a Seymour Duncan 59 humbucker, trying to sort of like try to do to it what PRS did to Strat with Silver Sky. Like try to improve on it and put their own twist on it, essentially, right? This was the outcome. Seymour Duncan 59 was the outcome. This pickup is currently on my main guitar in the neck position. And if you guys haven't played with it, I highly, highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Seymour Duncan 59 in the neck sounds awesome. Right. Anyways, their 59 model limited edition 50th anniversary custom shop set is now available to order, and I am tempted. So, nevertheless, 500 of them were ever made to celebrate the 50 years, and essentially, this was the iconic 59 PAF tone down. So, my Washburn N4 guitar, which is my main guitar, got it. I think another guitar of mine, two guitars of mine got it. Seymour Duncan 59s there. Heritage Guitars. So Heritage Guitars is the guys from the old Gibson factory that didn't go to Tennessee, didn't move to Nashville. They stayed in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Their mid-range guitars only use Seymour Duncan 59s in the neck and the bridge. So if I go and have a look at Heritage Standard 2H150, right? These guitars, I'll show you guys. This guitar, this very same guitar you're looking at there, has Seymour Duncan 59s on both neck and the bridge. Look at that. I mean, the bourbon burst and the dirty lemon looks awesome. Like, look at this stain job, by the way. The Seymour Duncan 59s are so good. Look at that. Where's the say Seymour Duncan 59? Pickups. Can't find it. Where is it? Maybe I can find it in this one. Where's the pickups? Come on, don't do that to me. Ah, they upgraded them to Heritage Custom Shop 225s now. No, but I know Heritage. I know for a fact that Heritage have 59s in them. Hold on. Maybe it's the standard one. The standard 2 has the 225. Maybe the standard 1 is the one that has Seymour Duncan 59s in there. Let me have a look. So yeah, they're mid-range. They're standard models, the $2,600. There we go. See that? Seymour Duncan 59s, neck and the bridge. The point I was trying to make here. So see how this guitar, that's H150, right? The standard collection, not the 2. That was my mistake. But what happens here is that, as you guys know, Heritage guitars are essentially old Gibson staff that stayed in Kalamazoo. And so they're like, kept everything the old way. Even the minor things that Gibson changed from what their original ethos was, Heritage kept it. Do you know what I mean? So they're like the older school of Gibson in a lot of ways. Even these guys use Seymour Duncan 59 humbuckers, is the point that I was trying to make. That's how good these pickups are. So if you guys never tried them, so the pricing right now is what? $375. It's pricey for a piece of pickup. But if not the limited edition, if just the 59, if you can get your hand on it, I recommend it to you guys. Like even the guys that are trying to stay true to the old Gibson ethos use it. That's how good it is. I know Dimebag Darrell used it. Nuno Betancourt uses it. To this day still uses it. So many artists, man. So many artists. The Seymour Duncan 59s rock. They rock the world. And yeah, so that was the news, and I was so excited about it because I really love this pickup. Mastery. So there we go. That was the news. Sean says, okay, I don't have Instagram. Too old. How can I get you to... It's for sending that link, right? How can I get you to send me that link? Sean, do you have Facebook? If not on YouTube, you can maybe message to me on Facebook. I have a page on Facebook called Mr. Sorenzo. Message it to me there. Let me have a look. Yeah. All right. So that was the quick pickup news before we jump to the next item on the docket. You don't have that either. Okay. How else can I get it from you? Would you comment it under a YouTube post? Maybe we can do that. So if you go to YouTube, right, there is posts, and I have posts there. You can comment it maybe there, and I'll be able to have a look. Yeah. All right. Shall we jump to the next item on the docket? This particular guitar is a courtesy of Lemon. Lemon lost one of our beloved viewers. Lemon, by the way, if you don't know Lemon and you haven't seen Lemon in the chat, Lemon is very, very experienced in guitar refretting. He has a crazy wealth of knowledge on guitars. He's a guitar guy. He's my kind of guy. So Lemon introduced me to this guitar yesterday, and I wanted to talk about it because I thought the guitar was awesome. Any Ibanez fans out there? Let's look at this. Oh my lord, look at that. Great looking guitar. So for those who don't know, this is an RG8870. Ibanez naming conventions, right? Ibanez guitar. It's made in Japan. It's an MIJ guitar. And the first thing I saw when I first saw this guitar the other day, the first thing I saw was the stain job. Look at the stain job. That grading, you don't see it often in any kind of a burst. It's like a bit of a grading there going on, and I thought that's pretty unique. I don't know. This is obviously a stock image of one product, so I don't know if all of them are going to look like this. Maybe we can check Sweetwater for that. But I thought that shading, that stain job, looked really good. Let's see. Yeah, so that one was maybe just like that particular. Do they have only one in stock? Yeah, it seems like it's the only one they've got. So here we go. Yeah, so that's a little darker than the stock. But this, if they have one that looks like this, it looks awesome. It looks awesome. And then you got the Tree of Life, you know, inlays there. And then you got your Ibanez logo and everything else, the headstock. And now here's the thing that I like. There are a few features that I really liked about the guitar. Obviously, a 5-piece maple neck. All the curves and bevels that you need to play fast. And that's the back. So check this out. It's a 5-piece maple wangy neck. And I told you guys before, I love wangy in the neck. That purple color of wangy. I'm not sure if you guys haven't seen wangy, I'll show you. That purple-ish color, wangy wood. I love that purplish color. Check this out. That. I don't know what to call this color, but yeah. Apparently, when you chop that wood fresh off of a tree, it has this kind of a color. There we go. See that purplish color there? And then it oxidates and then changes color. Which I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah, wangy wood purple. That's what I was looking for. There you go. That's a purple wangy. Yeah. Oh my lord, look at that. I love this on the guitar neck. Looks so good on a guitar neck. So yeah, that is basically that wangy that says there. That's the wood. 5-piece maple wangy. AAA maple top, flamed. That's fine. Rosewood fretboard, fine. Now, neck pickups. The Marzio PAF. Talking about the PAF. So many PAF pickups today, huh? The Marzio PAF. Middle is true velvet, and then the bridge is the tone zone. And I have the tone zone in my Fender Telly, I think. So, yeah. I thought this was a fun guitar to have a look at. Now, check this out. I'm not a fan of middle pickups so much because it just gets in your way. I'm not sure how you guys feel about it. But I was like, you know, the guitar looks great if only it didn't have the middle pickup. Yeah. Yeah, man. Like, the top wood looks great. That flame maple looks great. But yeah, anyways. So, comes in factory tuning, D'Addario EXL 120s, and comes at 942 string gouges. Isn't that great? Everybody does 1046s these days. Anyways, 25.5 inch scale, 430 millimeters, so that's like 16 inches radius, so nice and flat, and it's really thin. It's a wizard neck, so 17 mils on the first fret, and then 19 mils on the 12th, which is insane. Like, really, really thin, right? $3,800. God, that's pricey. Do we have a video here? Yeah. Shall we listen to it? Let me pause the music. Let's pause the music. Pause it. Enough. All right. Here we are. And let us have a listen. Boom. Let's go. kind of can see what they went for in that, don't you? You kind of get an idea of what they want to go for. But yeah, that's the guitar. And I thought this is a good guitar. This is like a shredder's dream. People love that. Like shredders die for that kind of guitars. You know what I mean? But yeah, here we go. Now I wonder whether the weight is on, because a lot of times I know Sweetwater weighs them. Do we have the weight here somewhere or no? No. Okay. I know now. So this dark black color is the production model. This stain job, however, is Japan only. I think. Or I could be wrong. I know there was something about this guitar that was Japan only. There's a limited edition of it. I could be wrong. But yeah. Nevertheless, man, that's the guitar. Sean says, I do like Ibanez, having had one for 10 years. Seems that higher the number they put on, the higher the spec, and the higher the price. Yeah, I never understood Ibanez's naming conventions. I never did. Like, why would we have RG, barcode, and then number? Like, why? Couldn't we just name him like, you know who's done a good job at naming? Schecter. Schecter, in fact, we're going to talk about a Schecter guitar next, so that's a good segue. But Schecter does a great job when it comes to choosing like names. Demon, Banshee, what else do they have? There's so many more. Hold on, let me find those names. There's so many more, man. I know there's so many more. Damien. What else? Marshall, the Avenger. You know what I mean? All these like cool names. Apocalypse, Hellraiser. I remembered Hellraiser. All these awesome names, and you remember them. Like, you look at them, you kind of know what is it that you're looking for. And it's not just like you have to have awesome names. Like, if you have short names and just use them on like everything, people remember. Like, for example, you guys remember Chapman's ML1 and ML3, right? Pretty memorable. But yeah, just use something memorable. What's with this like barcode stuff going on with Ibanez naming? And I love Ibanez. I want to do well. It's just I don't understand this whole barcode fiasco. Yeah. Anyways. So, guys, with that said, shall we talk about the last item on the docket that I want to show you guys? There was one more guitar that I wanted to go through with you, and then I'll bid you farewell. Check this out. Which I thought this was another awesome guitar this week. This is not a new guitar. Oops. Wrong camera. My bad. This is not a new recent release guitar, but nevertheless, it's an awesome one. I thought Banshee Mach 7 was one of the better guitars that Schecter has done, in my opinion. It's simple, it's minimalistic, and it's awesome. It really, Banshee Mach 7 is genuinely a great guitar. And I've seen people use it live. Not the 7, the 6-string version of it. I know Ashok, the ex-Cradle of Filth guitar player, was using him on stage when I went to their live shows a couple of years ago. It's a great guitar. Great guitar. So, look at this. So, just like what you can't see, right? This looks very much like a hip shot bridge. Minimalistic. Love that. You have these really nice fret markers in Latin. 3, 5. You know what I mean? All of that. The stain job is awesome. And the headstock looks great too. I just think this is great. There's only one downside I see to this right off the mark. And it's not a big issue at all. It's an issue if you're recording. If you're a recording artist, that's a consideration, which you can easily fix. That is here. Have a look. See how your 7th string is the tuning peg for the 7th string is all the way at the top, right? whereas your first string is really close. Ideally, if you're a recording artist, you want it to be the other way around. You want the 7th strings rather, the bass strings tuning key to be closest to the nut and the first string to be away. And the reason for that is that, especially if you're a metal player and you play a lot on your bass strings, this little bit here, the longer it is, the longer it is going to ring. The harder it is going to ring, the louder it is going to ring rather, right? So the longer this distance is, the more it's going to ring. And you're going to need to either put something under the strings between the nut and the tuning pegs, or use a neck wrap, or some people just put a sock in there to kill that ring. That's the only thing. Doroteo says, how's QC with Schecter guitars? They're good. They're not bad at all. Like, you don't hear that many complaints with Schecters. Like, they're okay. I can tell you what, I bought a Demon 6 Schecter a very long time ago and I sold it. So this guitar, Schecter Demon 6 in vintage white. So they only got the black one, but I had the white one, and it was a fixed bridge guitar. And it was cheaper, by the way. I think I bought it for $700 US. This is now $1,000? Wow, okay. Did not see that coming. Okay, so it comes with Sustainiac, that's why. That's why it's more expensive. So a variation of this guitar, without the Floyd Rose and without the Sustainiac, I had it, and it was a superb guitar. Demon 6 that I had was a superb guitar. The only reason I sold it is because I didn't want to have 15 guitars at home. Like, I had to sell it. I wanted to cut down on the size of my guitars. Like, I don't want to have that many. Like, more than 10, I don't want to have. Like, right now, I think I have 9, including the El Cheapo guitar that we worked on yesterday. I don't want any more. So if I buy another one, I'll have to sell more. But anyways, it's a great guitar. I highly recommend it. The one I had was fantastic. Okie dokes. So that's the guitar. By the way, it has the Lundgren. I always get this wrong. What was the name again? It's not Lundgren. It's Lundgren. Handmade pickups. So they're not machine made. They're handmade pickups essentially. Which is a bonus. So let's talk about the specs here, shall we? They call it the Fallout Burst. Doroteo says you should have sold your PRS instead. Never. Yeah. Doroteo woke up and chose war. Shots fired. Yeah, I know. You really did me dirty, didn't you? Just now. You really... Hey. Anyways, so it comes with... look at that shape, by the way. Look at that curve. Just before we go anywhere else. Anyways. Look at those before we even go to the specs. This guitar looks so good, man. Seriously. It looks really good. Ooh la la. Alright. Schecter locking tuners. Ebony fretboard. Roasted maple. Purple heart. Multiply with carbon fiber reinforcement rods. That neck is a winner, by the way. That neck is a winner. So well placed. This spec is so well placed for a 7-string guitar because you want extra stability on that guitar neck because of the 7th string being added. You have the Roman numerals. So elegant. So elegant. I love this. Luminally glow in the dark side dots, 26.5-inch scale. That's pretty standard for a 7-string. So 1 inch on top of your 25.5. Ultra thin U. Neck shape. So what do we have? 19 mil on the first fret. 20 mils on the 12th fret. So guys, for a 7-string, this is almost like a wizard. because Ibanez Wizard neck for 6 string is 17 mils on the first fret, right? This is 2 millimeters more on a 7-string guitar, so this is a pretty thin neck for a 7-string guitar, I might add. I love this guitar, man. I don't know why. Like, I'm gonna save it. What is that, $1,800? If I can trade one of my guitars with this, I would. Let me take a note. I am going to take a note of this. If I can, honestly, I'm really digging this guitar. If I can trade one of my guitars with this, because I don't want extra guitars. If I can trade one of my guitars for this, I would. This looks awesome. For a 6-string, for example, maybe. Yeah. Nevertheless, nut width is 48 mils. 2-way truss rod, fine. Ernie Ball compensated nut, by the way. And it comes 12/16-inch compound radius, 24x jumbo stainless steel frets. The neck is a winner, this guitar, man. The neck is a winner. Fallout burst color, black chrome, hardware, fine. It is a neck through guitar, by the way. See that? It is a neck through guitar. So, sustain city, as they say. Swamp ash body, nice and light. Flame maple top, love that. And a hip shot bridge, like I told you guys earlier. I told you it looks like a hip shot bridge. Bridge and neck pickup, Lundgren M7 pickups. And it comes with a 962 Ernie Ball 7 strings. Not a fan. Not a fan of 962s on a 7 string. But partially because I really down tune up my 7 strings, so I go at least 3-4 steps down. Look at the reviews. Can't stop playing. Possibly the finest guitar I've ever played. Yeah, man, this guitar looks great. This guitar looks awesome, honestly. And I'm assuming there was a Mach 6. Let's see. Like, if there's a Mach 6 with the same specs, I'm so keen. Just as simple. No Floyd Rose, no Mambo Jumbo. Just give me that. Oh my lord, there it is. And then this one's Evertune. No. Just, oh yeah, there we go. This looks so good. That's the 7. That's the 6. Your boy is keen, right? Oh man, oh man. Look at that. So yeah, that's for me to have a look at later. But ladies and gents, that's the 6-string version of that, and everything is essentially the same. So there's no difference between them, other than the fact that you have a 6-string spec, 6-string pickups, and all that jazz. So here we go. If anyone's like looking to play something like have a guitar, metal guitar, value for money, this is a good one. Like if you bought a Jackson with the specs, for example, the price would be a lot more than this. Yeah. The thing is with Schecter is that, like, because they're trying to take, they still in like competition with the likes of ESP and LTD to take market share, and so still they provide a lot of value for money. This is great. So yeah, just as good as they're rumored to be. Yeah. Yeah, people are loving it, eh? Look at that. Look at that, look at that. Firm handshakes. We like it. So yeah, man. I think we covered everything we wanted to cover today. I was so excited to show you guys. Stop the music. I was so excited to show you guys that guitar that arrived. So yeah, now here's the plan for the upcoming streams for you guys to know. Firstly, that guitar, the sandable wood glue is going to arrive, and I need to fix the knot slot. Once that arrives, I maybe even do it live on stream, but I'll have to fix that and install the nut, and then we'll put the guitar back together. And then after we I put the guitar back together offline with strings and everything else, and then I will play that guitar live on our next stream, hopefully, if everything arrives on time and I'll get to work on the guitar. We'll play that guitar live and we'll see if there's any fret buzzes or if there's any issues whatsoever. And that can tell us, because you can like level your frets and measure it and use a fret rocker to see how good it is, but you'll never know how good your fret job is until you actually play with the guitar. So what I'll do, considering the fact that early today morning and then yesterday we did 2 streams for the refretting of that guitar neck, it's only fair to you guys that I bring this up and test out live, and then we'll see how good of a job I did in that particular guitar fret. So next stream, once I fix the guitar nut slot and put the nut in and string the guitar and set it up, we'll play and see if there's any fret issues or not. And my promise to you is I won't fix anything on the frets, and I'll experience it firsthand live with you guys, so you guys can see my reaction there. That's my promise. I'm not going to fix anything else. We are actually going to assess how good of a job we did. And this was, if you guys remember, you guys, I mean, you might not have seen it, but check this out. So this was the 5 mistakes that I know I made in that refret, and I took note of it. I was having a chat with Lemon yesterday about it, right? And I want to get better at doing fretting. I want to get very good at guitar refretting. I want to be one of the best people in my city when it comes to guitar refretting. So I'm writing everything down. I want to make sure how well I've done. Like, I want to make sure that I get an accurate understanding there. So I'll play that guitar for the first time after everything is put together, and you guys will see my reaction. We'll see how good of a job I did. And if we didn't do a good job, we're going to write that down like the other note that I just showed you, and we'll learn together. That's the first thing for the next stream. Now, with that new Les Paul guitar that I just got, I won't refret it live on stream because I really want to focus on doing it right and not damaging the guitar and getting it as perfectly as I possibly can. Because when I do things on stream, my focus is in 10 different places. You know, is the music too loud? Is my mic too loud? Is my mic sounding good? Is the scene good? Are you guys in the chat? Have I responded to your chat? There's so many things that go on when it comes to doing something live on stream. And I did that for that neck. But with that Gibson, because it's a limited edition, it's not like a production model that I can just go and buy another one, right? I really want to get it right, and it's exotic wood. So I'll probably refret that offline, but I will do a lot of demos for you guys once the refret done. So for that guitar, I've ordered an unbleached bone nut. I'll show you guys. I talked about it earlier. Let me show you guys for those who don't know. Let me share my screen with you. So bone nuts come in guitar bone nut. Bone nuts come in two general different categories. You have the bleached ones like this, right? So it's a bone, it's slotted, cut, whatever. It's bleached to look white and neat. So that's how it looks like. This, maybe this is not even the best example, so I'm going to go with unbleached. Unbleached. Right? This is the color of an unbleached bone nut. There you go. Right? This is not like unslotted, unshaped, whatever, right? So this is the sort of the color of an unbleached bone nut. There we go. The advantage of having an unbleached bone nut, like some people don't like the color. It looks a little vintagey, right? It looks a little old. People like white looks clean on a guitar. You know what I mean? Like you had something like that, like white. It looks clean and white and neat on your guitar. But the advantage of having an unbleached bone nut is that it's self-lubricating. Because of the organic material in the bone, that nut is actually self-lubricating, and that is critical for tuning stability. You know how when you guys say, look, you know, when you're tuning your guitar, if it doesn't stay in tune, if you tune the guitar, you hear a ping sound on your G string. What you have to do is to loosen the strings, put some graphite in the slot, or put some lubricant in the slot, whatever that may be. These ones still need it, but less so, and last a little longer and better because the nut itself is self-lubricating. So it's a big advantage, especially for a Gibson Les Paul, which is in its ethos a traditional guitar, right? So it only makes sense to put it there. With the color of my guitar, it only makes perfect sense. It has gold like hardware on it. It's gonna have gold frets soon. So that's what I've ordered is that. So I have to shape it, slot it, and work on that as well. But yeah, what I'll do is that I will do a demo for you guys once the work on that Gibson Les Paul is done, and I'm gonna take my time with that one. I'm gonna like take 3 days to do it, take my time, do it perfectly, making sure that I don't scratch the guitar or nothing go wrong. Yeah. Doroteo says Zuhair? Question mark. I'm not sure what you meant by that, dude. What about him? I think he left. He had to sleep tonight earlier. And then Doroteo asks, are you familiar with the rapper Frontline from Australia? No, I'm not. I'm not really familiar with Australian rappers. Frontline. Let's see. This guy. The Frontline. No, I don't know them. I'll check him out. Yeah, no, I don't know the guys. I don't listen to rap that much, and the raps that I listen to almost exclusively American artists. Eminem. Oof, I love Eminem. Yeah. But yeah, so do you like him? Is that your kind of vibe? I'll listen to him. I'll listen to him later today, just to see what they're about. Yeah. All right, guys. I think we're gonna leave it here. I think we achieved everything we wanted to athletically achieve today. I think we did that, and I like it. We really killed it today. So again, I told you guys the schedule for not the schedule, the docket for the next stream. We'll play that together. We'll figure it out, and then hopefully by then, if I have the time, I've done the refretting and renutting the Gibson Les Paul. And then we'll have a chat about it. So much to learn, so much to talk about. It's in moments like this when you appreciate the artistry that goes into making the guitars, like little tiny details. Guys, with that said, that was supposed to be a grand entrance, but I failed because I'm doing 3 different things. Again, let's do it again. Guys, with that said,
in the quiet of the
thank you so much for hanging out with me.
I hear a whisper in the wires.
I want to drink this to your health. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. You guys could have been anywhere, but you came here, talked about guitars with me. Talking to you guys, talking about guitars is just the favorite thing for me to do on the weekend. And you guys genuinely made it happen. I can't thank you enough. So I'm going to drink this to your health, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. To your health. Love you guys. Have a great rest of the weekend. Pick up your guitar. Play it. Do what you love. As I always say, our time is short. You never know when the curtain closes. So pick up that guitar. Do what you love. Love you guys. Stay healthy. Stay happy. Stay well. Keep rocking. See you on the next one.
Sorenzo. The inside your overflow. I'm standing, but I'm drifting in the echoes. Echoes of Sorenzo.